What's up, nerds? Phoenix from Phoenix TV here with the third, and it better be the third episode of Let's Play Minecraft Season 3 on the Phoenixcraft II server. I just need to make a fake server, like a short one for another episode toward the end of this, just so I can get the servers and the things together. Anyway, this week I'm starting out in my jungle base because, and first off, I need to reveal that we had a new person join the Phoenixcraft server. They're not new to the Phoenixcraft servers necessarily, but they've caused some changes. Most notably, we had to hook them up with a nether tunnel. And in the process, that kind of links down and adjusts the tunnel down to my nether base, which is down there. But first things first, I want to show you the base of our newest person. It's B2Rad. I don't know if he's going to make any content for you. That's completely up to him. He's been super busy with his job and all that. But in this time we spent together catching up and making his new base, I really want him to make some content. I'm just saying. But enough time gawking at B2Rad and my work. Today, I'm going to go ahead and try and finish off that the nether stairs down to my nether base. And then after that, I had an idea for a mob spawner, mob crusher thing, but I had an alternate idea wherein I think instead of putting it down there in the communal area, I might put it way up over here. I'm not entirely sure because that's super dangerous and I'll have to protect it and it'll be just me, and I kind of want to be more communal, but I guess I can take it down to other people. Either way, while I'm working on that, I figured we can go ahead and chat just a little bit about what in the world went on in episode 1, why that was so, in my opinion, wonky, not up to par, and why episode 2 may or may not have sounded kind of weird, because I haven't edited that yet as of the recording of this one, because I want to play today, you know, bite me. So the idea at the beginning was because I live with a nursing school student who takes up most of my ability to record because they need the best setup that they can for studying, which just so happens to be really, really good at recording content in its free time. I haven't had a lot of opportunity to do anything, but based on so I was trying to cut down the episodes to like just record for 1 hour and just whatever I could get done, I'd get done and put that out. But it was not up to par seeing that one episode come out. At least not for me. So I decided after that I'm going to go ahead and try my darndest, especially now that her schooling's out for the summer. Hopefully I can get far enough ahead by then that I ain't going to worry about it. But I'm going to try my darndest to try and do the bigger builds like I've done historically in one episode, and if not finish, at least do a bunch of, and then work on a couple little things in hopes of getting a lot done, even if it's not completing anything. So, apologies for what I don't call a good enough episode 1, a possibly weird sounding episode 2, but hopefully a really cool episode 3. Is this done cooking yet? With my stairs taking forever to cook, I figure I'll go ahead and give me a little jungle base tour, because I realized I never did that, I don't think. If I did, you know, enjoy it again, because this is a really cool base if you ask me. First thing is my little bed area. Surrounded by vines, I thought that was a nice touch, you know, keep it secluded. And my banners. I like my banners. They're not as complex as some other people I know, but I like them. Nether portal up here. Super smelter down here and around. Still cooking. Good work. Here is my enchantment area with a bifurcated tree. I managed to make that look halfway decent, I think. At least it's not noticeable enough on its own that I'm happy with it. And it looks cool to have, you know, the tree split in half going over top of this thing. And then to look down and see the bifurcation. That connects over here to my storage area with my beacon, double beacon underneath me. I'll explain why it's got so many diamonds. Stick with me. And all that connects over here to my garden, with carrots and beetroot and potatoes and everything else. Over here's a little vine wall thing, hidden light. You didn't even see that light, it was so well hidden. Then on this little platform that didn't really have a purpose when I built it, I decided to throw in my little potion area, including a little hidden nether wart back area. I was thinking like a cabana, but I'm not entirely sure now that I say the word cabana that a cabana looks like this, or that a cabana is like a... I'm looking for like a beachside bar, diner, restaurant, outdoor thing, you know, whatever, with a little waterfall coming out of the tree because, you know, waterfalls come out of trees. Here's a tree that I cut down. It's nothing special. I literally have this tree planted here because it's a middle point that I can branch off of, and I decided to plant a tree in there so I can farm my own tree. More diamonds to make a path. Don't judge. Actually, let me explain. So you may notice we have a lot of trees. A lot of diamonds. My bad. Can't words. And that's because after dropping down that thing to get to my jungle temple, which I've hollowed out to make room for a mine shaft. Anyway, down here, we in the process of playing with the settings, you may have noticed that we have like lava oceans and stuff like that. I decided as the server guy that I've spent a lot of time mining, and not enough time actually building. So as I feel I've proven I know how to mine, I went ahead and turned up the abundance of gold and diamonds. Naturally, that makes diamonds pretty easy to come across, and so that's how I'm able to pull off the all diamond double beacon and gold armor and gold everything and a gold or all diamond everything and so on. So it may be slightly cheaty, but at this point, if you're watching me for the fact that I've mined again, I got to say sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and take the easier out on this one. I can do it. I know I can do it, and this time I'm going to take it a little easier and just focus on building. So now that I mention it, I could use some diamonds to get my get back up to level 30. So let me go get like a couple dozen diamonds, and I'll see you in a second. And I suppose while I'm on the topic of it, there's one other thing that you might call us for cheating for. You can call it cheating if you think it is. I don't think it is, because we're not using it to be productive outside of this. It's we have a few command blocks, and by a few, I mean Big Tony has an elevator that takes advantage of them. This is my elevator, so I don't have to climb the vines every time. And the only one that does anything else is over here in this sun statue thing. We had some people who would come on and play and wouldn't ever sleep, and some of us don't like to play in the dark or record in the dark because it looks terrible. So I set it up where anyone who's willing to collect this much gold, not super impossible to be perfectly honest with all of our stuff, but if you're willing to get this much gold and put it in some sort of thing, I will hook you up with the Praise the Sun. Sets the time to 0 and says Praise the Sun. It's a bit lame, I know, but it's a way to bypass people who don't ever want to sleep. So, if you're going to call us cheating, now would be the time to call it cheating. Devilman's on. Wonder what he's up to. What do you think, Slimy? Enough chit-chat, it's time to get down to actually doing something and place in these stairs, which honestly got finished cooking a few minutes ago in my time, but I had to go show Big Tony the base. I had to show him BT Rad's base because he hasn't seen that yet. Yeah, he was impressed. I'm not sure how these stairs are going to match up at this point because they're nether brick stairs. They're going to run into... I don't have enough. That was like a stack and a piece of netherrack that did not count as enough. Well, I guess I'm going to have to collect some more when I get a chance. But for now, most of the pathway up looks alright. At least functions alright. I don't know if it'll look alright whenever it runs into this, but Hopefully whenever it matches the dark, or whenever it runs into the dark part down there, it'll be suitable. Let me go ahead and move this torch up, because I don't like that there. But yeah, I guess I'm going to go smelt some more of this. Smelt? I guess it is considered a smelting. Smelt some more of this, throw that in, and maybe even work on some walls in here. Then we'll move on to our next little project. So I completed the stairs. I made this little connection piece. It's not the greatest. It wasn't meant to come together like this, but the nether hub itself kind of changed. So it's an adjustment on the fly. I may adjust it as it goes on. If you have any ideas, please let me know, because I'm honestly a little stumped how to make that look much better. But in the process of finishing it up, I came down here and I came to the conclusion I didn't like that this went all the way up and then turned across. So I'm actually going to move everything that was over here to a little thing back here until I can get more of this set up. And so I'm going to take all this stuff down and throw it in here and then make the path kind of veer over this way so I can basically walk straight in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. See you in a second. That's more like it. That being said, this super smelter is a little out of center, a little off center for the main circle part of the base. I realize this. It's not supposed to be permanent. Hopefully not permanent. But regardless, now I've got a straight, safe path all the way up and down to and from my base and the nether base. Next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and plant a tree, a jungle tree, a giant jungle tree, and if it's not big enough, I'll plant one on top of that to make sure it's friggin' tall enough. Somewhere over there in right about that region. Whenever it grows, I'll build a bridge from here to there over top of my path, and that's where I'll have the storage for the mob spawner, mob crusher thing. I'll have it up here on my level. I'm probably not going to be able to get around to doing it today, but next week there's a really, really good chance that I'll get that in. So let's see what's down there. See how far away I want this thing to be. Because the spawner, the crusher spawner thing, is not small. It's kind of lengthy. So I'm going to have to see how far back this way I want to take it. I figure since this would be the midpoint, I can go ahead and make it a little closer, possibly. Or is this too close? I think this will be sufficient. So I'll go ahead and throw those in, get all these saplings out of the way to help it grow. Hopefully it'll grow by the end of this episode. And I'll move on to something else. What's that? I'm not sure, because finishing the nether part took a little longer than I thought. So I'm going to have to come up with something just a little bit shorter to do today. We'll see. After a bit of thought, I figured out exactly what I want to do to finish this episode off. So, for those of you who are longtime viewers, you may remember there was a particular build I made toward the end of Season 1 that I was a really big fan of. I didn't really get to do much with it because I pretty quickly moved to the PC, so I didn't get to finish or do much with it after that. So I figured for this, I'd bring it back. That's right, I've got a little bit of a graveyard going on back out here. Honestly, I'm sure there's part of you who may be mad there's already this in so far. This wasn't exactly intended to be done as part of a video, as much as this is just kind of a cool thing to have because I like the graveyard in my builds. But I figure, since I am doing a series with this, and this is a great use for it, once again, if you'd like to donate or, however you can go about proving yourself to be a pretty fantastic fan, I'd be more than happy to put... Why is that still there? To put you into the graveyard, which the design for this season should be... And this is the first draft, so if it sucks, hopefully it doesn't suck. Coarse dirt, and once again, mossy stone bricks, and there will be, a sign on it with your name, whatever name you want to put on there. It doesn't have to be your actual name. But yeah, this has been one of my favorite little additions that I've had in the past, and I figured it'd be cool to have another one. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in all the more coarse dirt to get this thing knocked out, and I will see you at the end of this next cut. Hopefully with a lot more grave spots. And there you go. After having to wait for a few minutes for grass to grow back so I can get the path blocks back in, my very expandable and pretty cool, in my opinion, little graveyard area is complete. Now all I have left to do is head back home and prepare for the next episode. This has been Phoenix from Phoenix TV. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. You know the deal. And as it pertains to next episode, well, I can tell you that that tree that we grew is got a burning zombie in front of it, and is definitely tall enough. So that should be fun. Thanks for watching.